Today we're going to talk about overcoming audition fear. This is something that I really wrestled with during the first part of my career. I remember I would get an audition and immediately I'd start feeling that nervous thing inside the pit of my stomach. And the closer I got to the audition, the more scared I got. All the way up to the point that I'm sitting in the audition room waiting. The cast director would come out, call me inside, and I would walk in just surrounded by fear. And all the things that I had to offer, all the magic, all the wonderful moments that I'd studied and trained to be able to deliver with that character were lost. They were completely covered with this huge wall of fear that separated me from the material and separated me from the casting director, the director, and the producers in the room. So, what I want to do today is give you some techniques to use to overcome that fear. It's techniques that I used, and lots of folks I know have used them, so that when you get that audition, you get excited and you don't face the same fears that I faced when I first started. Now, for those folks who are located in the Southeast, this is something you may not have to deal with a whole lot, because the vast majority of your initial auditions are going to be self-tapes. So you don't have to walk in a room and stand in front of a cast director, producers, what have you. However, many of your auditions, you will move from your audition by self-tape onto a in-person callback. And then the fear may pop up. So we're going to deal with these fears so that you don't have to worry about them anymore. The first thing we're going to do is stop calling the thing we feel inside of us fear. Now, to explain what I'm talking about, I hate riding roller coasters, and I always have. One of my best friends loves them. So when we were little kids, we'd go to roller coaster parks. I remember we'd wait in line, and we'd hear that roller coaster coming. And when I'd hear the noise, suddenly my heart rate would start going up, and I'd get butterflies in my stomach. I'd feel tingly all over. And if you asked me what I was feeling, I'd said, I'm feeling fear. Now my buddy who loves roller coasters, when he'd hear the roller coaster coming, his heart rate would go up. He'd get butterflies in his stomach. He'd start feeling tingly all over. If you ask him what he was feeling, he'd say he was really excited. Our bodies were feeling the exact same thing, but we were calling it different things. We were attaching different ideas to it. I was attaching a negative emotion to that thing I was feeling inside of me. He was attaching a positive emotion. So the first step is to stop calling it fear. Whenever you're getting ready to go into an audition, if you start getting those butterflies, you start getting the heart rate going up, your mouth goes dry, say to yourself, I'm really, really excited. I got some negative ideas attached to it that I'm letting go of, but I'm really excited. And if you constantly do that, you're constantly reinforcing the fact that you're not fearful, you're not scared, you're just excited. Eventually you're going to start believing that. Okay, the next thing is to understand that when you're standing outside of that audition room, you're getting ready to walk in that door. There is absolutely nothing that can happen inside that room that will make your life worse than it is the moment before you walked in the door. Nothing. All that can happen when you walk in and do that audition is your life remain exactly the same, meaning you don't have the part, or your life can get better because you got the part. That's it. Nothing can happen that's going to make your life worse. You're not going to lose anything by going in and doing that audition because you don't have the role to begin with. So start letting it go. As you're getting ready to open the door to that audition, just take a deep breath and remind yourself, I don't have anything to lose. Let me go in here and have fun. Then step in, have fun, and when you walk out that door, let it go. The most important thing to help you overcome audition fear is you have to embrace that what you have to offer is special. That you have a gift to offer to that film or that TV show that no other human being on earth can offer. You have to understand that you, as a human being, with your loves, your hates, your experiences, your histories, the things you dream about, they make you so special that if that production picks you for their project, they have made their production absolutely and utterly unique. We as actors have to stop believing that we're replaceable. We're not. If you put me in a film, that film is different than if you put any other human being on earth in that film. Doesn't mean it's better or worse, just different and unique. So when you embrace that, when you understand that what you have as you Your product is special, it's magical, and you walk in that room and you put it on the table. Well, whether they need it or not doesn't in any way reflect on you. It takes away the fear. Don't approach any audition as if that particular audition is a big deal, because it's not. You're going to go on hundreds, if not thousands, of auditions in your career. And each time you book, it moves you forward in your career. But you can't worry about any one particular audition. Again, we're approaching this as a business, and you're going on a sales call. Now, when I was in college, I sold vacuum cleaners door to door. And that was a tough business. You had a lot of doors slammed in your faces. I would knock on a door and try to sell them a very expensive vacuum cleaner. That's tough. Now, my first week of working that job, the guys I was working with complained and complained and complained because they said you had to knock on 100 doors to sell one vacuum cleaner. Now, the problem is they took every door slam as a personal rejection. Either the vacuum cleaner wasn't valuable or they weren't good salesmen. And it would be hard for them to get that door slammed in their face and go to the next door. So they'd quit every day at door 11, door 15, what have you. Once I figured out the secret, which is knock on 100 doors, you sell a vacuum cleaner, I knocked on 100 doors a day. I get to door number 87, they slam the door in my face, 13 more to go. I go to door 88, just as excited, just as passionate as I was on door number 1. And I'd make my sales pitch, thinking, that's the door I'm going to sell. And then they'd slam it in my face, and I'd go to door number 89. That was the secret to selling a lot of vacuum cleaners. You knock on a lot of doors, and every single door you go there, passionate, prepared, ready, owning that you've got this door, that you've got this sale. And if the door gets slammed in your face, you go into the next one and you keep going. Acting is no different. You have to walk into every audition prepared, ready, positive, absolutely believing that you can bring yourself into that role and that you own it. And then when you walk out that door, you let it go and you don't worry about it again. And if you don't book the part, don't start second guessing yourself. Don't start asking, what did you do wrong, or what's wrong with your product, or why. Those questions are irrelevant and they're not helpful. Just keep knocking on doors. And once you get used to that, and you don't take any particular audition seriously, you don't take any particular audition as a make or break, as a statement to your validity, whether you're worthwhile as an actor, it helps remove that fear. You're going in and making a sales pitch. Something you're going to do all day long. That is your job as an actor, is to go all day long and make sales pitches selling that product that you have over and over and over. Once you embrace that, it makes the job easy. And then every once in a while you get to take a vacation and go to set and play. That's how I look at this job. I wake up every day and I do auditions. And then every once in a while I get to go on a vacation to set and play. I hear from some actors that they're never nervous on set once they have the job, but they get really, really nervous at the auditions. Now, this is actually a very common phenomenon. The reason for this is when you're on set, you have the job. There's no sense of being judged. You're there to just do your job and get out of there. A lot of people walk into the audition feeling that they're being judged, that they're being determined whether they're valuable or worthy to get the job. You gotta get rid of that mindset, okay? Your job is to go in and audition and do that as often as you possibly can. Keep in mind, they can only hire one person. So, if 50 people audition and 5 of them are amazing, they can only pick one. So, it doesn't matter. Go and have fun, forget about it, because the chances are that you're not going to get that one audition anyway. So let it go. And very, very often, it does not come down to the person who does the best audition. It comes down to they have a specific question, that role they need, and they need a very specific answer for that specific question. So I can give you an example for me. I had a callback last year for a big film. And I go in and there's 5 or 6 guys who are going against me in the callback. I walk into that room for the callback and I totally screw up my scene. I had a big monologue in the middle of the scene and I just tripped all over it. I guarantee you that the guys that I was doing that callback with did a much better job than me at that callback. But I booked the role. Why? It wasn't because I was an amazing actor who did an amazing callback in the room. The reason I booked that role is because I was a very specific answer to a very specific question. My product that day was what they needed for the role in that film. That was it. So all those other guys, they could have done an amazing job, and I hope that a week or two later they weren't questioning themselves and wondering what they did wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just their product wasn't as right for that project as my product was. They weren't the best solution for that company's problem. I was. So once you understand that, sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. But you don't worry about it. Just go and have fun. So if you do all these things, you follow all these steps that I've given, it's going to allow you to let fear just go, to not take any audition that seriously, to go in, do your sales pitch, have fun, do it passionately, walk out, let it go to the next one. Because the key to booking a lot of roles is to get a lot of auditions and walk into every one of them with fun and excitement. You do that every day on this journey as an actor, you're going to have huge success. I'm hoping these techniques help you start having fun at your auditions, get over the fear, remove any anxiety, any negativity, and allows you to walk in that room with a big smile on your face, just happy to be there, passionate and excited to show them what you have to offer them, you. Go in there and do that, have fun, and move on to your next audition. Don't worry about it. Talk soon.